The faces of 3 young girls who all went to dance and never came home. 6-year-old Bebe King, 7-year-old Elsie Stancombe and 9-year-old Alice Aguiar. Bebe's family said no words could describe their devastation. Elsie's school called her loving and bright, a kind and caring friend. Alice's family said she would always be their princess. A number of other children and adults remain critically ill after what police called a ferocious attack minutes before the Taylor Swift-themed dance event was due to end. Leanne Lucas was one of the organisers of that event. She ran her own company, teaching children about their well-being through dance. She is one of those in hospital.
How many more children, Prime Minister? We're going to do something.
There was some heckling as the Prime Minister came to see the scene for himself, a reflection of the horror that has swept far beyond this community.
What's you to stand up for our children?
Today is not the time for politics. Today is the time to focus entirely on the families who are going through such pain and grief, and on the wider community, and of course a time to say thank you to those that responded yesterday in the most awful of circumstances.
And a response too from Taylor Swift herself. The horror of yesterday's attack, she wrote, washing over her continuously. These were just little kids at a dance class. I am at a complete loss for how to ever convey my sympathies to these families. A fundraiser set up by fans of the star has now raised hundreds of thousands of pounds. And from the community, the sympathy and the flowers keep on coming. The shock, the disbelief is palpable. Like so many in this area, the people who've come to lay flowers and tributes say they simply can't fathom how something so awful could have happened on their doorstep. They say they feel a hopelessness, a powerlessness to do anything other than pay their tributes to those who were injured and those who were killed. We're learning more about the awful events of yesterday, including how the man who owned the building tried to stop the attacker. His wife told Sky News he saw the man with a child on the floor. He tried to grab the knife but was himself stabbed. All he wanted to do, she said, was help that child, but he wasn't able to. There is so much for this community to process.
It is the hardest thing that it's children, you know, the innocence and, you know, the Taylor Swift connection, joy, happiness, laughter on the first day of the, you know, real summer holidays, then going to the screams and the silence, that whole soundtrack of life yesterday.
The 17-year-old remains in custody on suspicion of murder and attempted murder. Sky News spoke to a former neighbour in Cardiff, where he was born, who said he was from a normal and lovely family, and his mother was a good mum. This is an attack that has left its mark on even those used to dealing with the most awful of scenes. We can only imagine how long the scars will last for those who never thought this sort of horror could happen where they call home. Greg Milam, Sky News, Southport.